Hello, this is Marcel of Marcel on Tech, and today we are talking about this amazing phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy Fold 4, and I've had it now for 7 days. I have to say it has exceeded my expectations, and what I want to do in this video is really talk to you about the reality of owning a phone like this if you're not a tech geek. Now, obviously, I enjoy this type of thing, but there are many people out there who are so used to fold phones, and every time I talk about it, people are like, wow, that's amazing. So let me try and explain to you why it would be a practical choice for somebody who's used to the regular slab phone. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I would like to talk about is the design. Okay, so the design of this phone, I have to say, is like a work of art. Now, I was talking to my son about it. He loves it. He absolutely loves it, and we were both admiring the sheer machine making of it is really, really gorgeous. It has to be said. If you're looking at it even before it's functioning and working, it really is a stunning piece of engineering to admire without even being able to look on the inside. Now, whether or not that's something that interests you, it's quite rare that you kind of think of a piece of tech or a mobile tech that's like good looking or is almost like a piece of art. And this really is, just because of the fact that it's got these lovely curves on it. Even that space, the famous space in between the two screens, just makes it a very, very unique. Now, is it the most practical? Well, that's something we'll talk about later. But just in terms of the way the antenna lines match up so nicely, the curves, the in-the-hand feel is absolutely fantastic. So as a design, I really like it. Is it the best folding design? Maybe not. There are some other designs that make a little bit more sense, that utilize and prevent that gap in particular, which is a dust magnet, which we'll get to. But otherwise, and in this beige color, I didn't actually expect it to be as gorgeous as it is. And I actually think it's my favorite one of all of them, because it does come in beige, it comes in gray green, and it comes in stealth black as well. So pretty cool color choices. But I would say this one by far is one of the best ones. So the reality of it is that this is effectively two phones folded in half, or two phones stuck together with a hinge. So the weight is relevant. And the weight of this phone, which is 263 grams, according to Samsung anyway, is not light, okay? It's not a light phone. And for some reason, there are reviewers online as well saying that you don't really notice it when it's in your pocket, but that's totally untrue. I prefer a lighter phone. But even the average types of phones that are sort of mid-ranges, that are at least 6.7 inches high, at least not this tall, they're not usually this heavy. So you definitely know when this is in your pocket. So sliding it in and out of your pocket is not the straightforward affair that it normally is. It's you definitely notice that it's there. So it is quite weighty, but it does feel good in the hand. It's a good solid grip because it's not so wide. It's very easy to grip. If your hands are a bit slippery, you get very nervous, but on the basis that you haven't got any slippery hands, holding on to this is very easy. It's also very comfortable against the ear as well, but a case is definitely recommended anyway, so chances are you'll have even better grip on it anyway. So let's talk about the panels, right? So this screen is an AMOLED screen, LTPO, which basically means that it can change the refresh rate, which is 120 Hertz. So that basically means that it is super, super smooth. Now, this is only really something you can see on camera if we have it slowed down. But basically, when you see it in real life, it's an incredibly smooth experience that is way better than the Galaxy 3, which I had before, because they've made the screen wider. So in terms of single-handed use, you can use this single-handedly. So I can get my thumb moving around this very, very easily. And I can do, because my hands are quite big, I can use the keyboard quite simply using the swipe gestures to spell out any word that I want to do. So it is a much better screen for that purpose. And in terms of the quality, it really doesn't get much better than these Samsung flagship devices. Anyway, these are as crispy as it gets. And I can spend the whole day just using this screen for my day-to-day activities. But the pleasure really comes from when you actually open the device up. So trust me, when you use this front side, everything's fine. A little bit on the narrow side, social media really, really good. YouTube works really, really well for this type of screen, and obviously you can turn it sideways as well. But the moment you do this, is a game changer, okay? It's like after 7 days, it's still, and it sounds a bit weird, it's still a pleasure to open this up and actually look at the screen because it's such good quality. And this resolution, again, 120 hertz refresh rate, extremely high pixel density. Basically, you're not going to see any pixels. The image is going to be crispy clean. The videos are going to be fantastic. If you watch like HBO or Netflix or anything with higher resolutions, even YouTube, they're going to come up incredibly clearly. So it really is a fantastic panel to look at, and it's an absolute pleasure. Now, bizarrely, one of the things that was the most tricky at the beginning was how difficult it is to open the cover, because it's so well engineered. This bracket has been obviously a topic of contention and something that they've improved on every single edition. It's so well built that it's quite stiff. So it's quite stiff to actually open, but as a result of that, it will stay in any position that you want to put it in. So however you want to angle it, look at that, even that acute. If you want to angle it like that, if you want to view it like that, so obviously you can watch a video on this front panel here, it will stay there. It's completely firm, completely solid. They call it flex mode. And for that reason, it's really, really practical. Even if you wanted to put it on its side like so, and then type an email, you can do that using the keyboard on the bottom part of the screen. So it really, really is absolutely fantastic. The screen is just a pleasure to use because it is so clear and so crisp and works really, really well. Now, in terms of security, biometrics are very, very important. So you've got a couple of options with this. You've obviously got facial recognition. So as soon as you hit the power button, you put it up to your face, and the front-facing camera on the panel here will pick up your face, and it will unlock on the basis that it obviously reads your face. It's not the fastest because it's obviously having to assess your face, and sometimes in different lights and so on, it can change, and so it's not necessarily the quickest, but it is pretty reliable. But because this has a fingerprint reader built into the power button, anytime you either pick up the phone for the screen to come on, it will scan your face, or if you just touch the power button, which is a setting you can actually put in without even pushing on it, it will immediately read your fingerprint and it will unlock. So it is lightning fast. If I do that again, there we go, it's unlocked. Lock it, like that. Okay, very, very quick, really reliable, and exceptionally good. The other thing I've really enjoyed is the speakers. You can see the grill here and the grill there. They've got really good speakers on there. So consumption of any media is excellent because you can absolutely hear anything that you might be playing through Netflix, HBO. They've all got enhanced sound, and of course the sound quality through this is, I would give it an A- because it's a phone, it can only do so much. But the quality of voice and even music is really good. It's not necessarily something you'd want to listen to music to all the time, but if you wanted to have it playing in the background because you didn't have earphones or something like that, this would suffice perfectly. Now the cameras, very quickly, we're going to do a whole other thing about the cameras. Put a comment below if you want to know specifically all the functionality of this, because there's a lot of things for the cameras, but I've been very satisfied. I always find Samsung very good. Video is generally a weakness, but I've been making videos with this and I've been really pleased with it, particularly because it can go up to 8K, although I've been filming in 4K. I just played with the 8K. 4K has been brilliant. It's very crisp, it's very clear. It has a stability mode, so it looks like it's on a gimbal as well. And then the stills, well, Samsung makes some of the best stills photos in the business. So the weakness was really the camera video, because Apple still dominate that, but the functionality, the functions of this have actually been more advanced than Apple for quite some time. In particular, what Apple calls cinematic mode is already built into this, which is portrait video, which it basically blurs out the background and focuses on the person that you're looking at. And that's so cool. It works really, really well. It makes the main character stand out. And it's absolutely brilliant. So I can't recommend it enough. And this has been really, really good for me. Just briefly now, usability. It's very, very practical. You charge this up and it will get you through the day. One of the biggest issues sometimes can be battery life. But this thing will get me through, I'm at 56%, and obviously I took it off the charger this morning. I'm at 56% and I haven't plugged it in at all today, and I've been using it on and off for texting, messaging, some YouTube consumption as well. But it's been a day today. It hasn't been a heavy day, and I'm at 56%, and it's now 5:30. So I'm definitely going to be able to make it through to the end of the day. So battery life, thankfully, has been really good. At the beginning, always is a bit ropey because it's learning how I use it, and then it just got better and better and better and better and better. So I've been really pleased. But of course, it has wireless charging. So if you've got a charger at home or at work, you can just plonk it on there whilst you're doing your desktop stuff, and it'll charge up anyway. And it does have quick charge, admittedly limited to 45 watts, but it will charge up plenty fast anyway. Especially if you have a 45-watt charger, because of course there isn't one in the box, which is a new thing from all of these big companies. But if you've got a decent charger, it will definitely charge up very, very quickly. So in terms of usability, I love getting this out wherever I go. People are like, "Oh my goodness, what is that?" And I show them the screen. They're like, "Wow, that's amazing. Aren't you nervous about dropping it?" And the answer is yes. It freaks me out. I would never do a drop test of this device because it's too expensive. But based on price, I am so pleased how much I managed to save. This is a second-hand device, but you'd never know. You'd never ever know. If you watch one of my previous videos, which I'll put a link to above here, you would never ever know that this was a second-hand device. And if you want to know how much I paid, go ahead and watch that video, because you can get these devices now refurbished or secondhand, absolutely mint condition, and make a huge saving on them as well. So it really, I can't recommend those types of things enough. I'll put links below to those websites that I've been using. If you've got your Galaxy 4, please put a comment below telling me what you love about it, what you like about it, what you wish they would change as well. That would be awesome. And let me know if you want me to do a video on the camera quality as well. All right, but thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference. This is a growing channel. I'm very close to 100 subscribers, which is a benchmark, obviously. So really, really keen to get there. So please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel as well. But otherwise, you'll see me very, very soon in the next video, when we're maybe doing a camera review, or put a comment below what you'd like to learn about the Galaxy Fold 4. Okay, until then, peace out. See you later.